I'm Ken Hackathorn from the Colt Combat Unit.
And I'm Daryl Holland from the Colt Combat Unit.
We're here to talk to you a little bit today about the new Colt Combat Unit 1911 pistol. We both have been using them for quite some time. I'm pretty impressed with it. Daryl, you've been running both for a while. What's your feeling on them?
Yeah, I like them both, to be honest with you, the 45 and the 9mm. They both shoot flatter. They're like a competition gun and a work gun, all in one. So, you know, the dual recoil spring is very, very cool. You know, obviously having the rail here kind of helps my grip, where I put my left thumb, I just send it on the rail, where, you know, obviously if I have a light on, still, you know, I can work the light with my left thumb, being much more forward than I have in the past.
You know, and that's a good point, Daryl, because I've noticed with mine, I'm a thumb forward guy too, and with a lot of pistols, you don't have much room to put your thumb. You end up putting it up on the slide.
Yep.
This almost gives you a natural groove for thumb placement, and I find it works really well.
Yep, I'm very pleased.
One of the things I've discovered about the guns is, of course, is the 9mm is very soft shooting. The 45 is like any 45, although that little added weight of the rail on the 45 actually makes it a little bit easier gun to control.
Yep.
The thing that's amazed me about them is, man, they're really accurate. That fitted stainless match barrel, Colt knows what they're doing there. You're never going to have to make alibis based upon how bad or good the gun shoots. I know if I throw a bad shot, it's me, it's not the gun.
And I live in the southeast, you know that, where, you know, we not only have a little rusting going on, but we got sweat. And this front, the 25 LPI checkering on the front strap is crucial, because I'm always sweating. I'm always either wet from sweat or, you know, whatever, but this really helps my grip.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny, I have people that say to me, well, they find that this is too abrasive, and I realize there's a lot of people in the world today who spend their life on a keyboard instead of actually working with their hands. And for those girls, they may want to put a little tape over, but if you work with your hands or you're a real man, you'll find that really, when you clamp down not only the machine checker front strap, which is beautifully done on this pistol, and the checkered mainspring housing, means you got a real firm grip. Hands are wet. Where I live, as you know, it gets really cold in the wintertime. So when your hands are cold, same thing, it's a hard time to hold on. I like that, and particularly the G10 grips. One thing that most of us really dig is the fact that the G10 is almost impervious to any kind of damage. Man, that's a tough, and it's unlike wood, which wears down the surface, they stay pretty adhesive. So nice thing about a pistol, particularly for shooting a 45, you want a good adhesive grip so the gun doesn't twist and move in your hand.
Yep. That's very critical, and I see, you know, gun movement in hands all the time as an instructor, and that's one of the things I really work at most, is getting that gun to not move in the hands.
One of the things that I've found that's kind of interesting is I've always been a fan of, I want a front sight that I can see. You know, another perfect world, I'm looking at the front sight, but every once in a while you tend to be looking at the target, and it's the old deal. If I've got a front sight that I can see as part of the picture, it means I can get it lined on the target. So the tritium front sight with a white circle around it gives me a nice, good alignment. Regardless of the lighting conditions, that front sight works well. And I'm not a big fan of anything in the back. And people say, well, there's no dots or no tritium. Remember, you're looking through the rear sight to see the front. If you're looking at the dots on the back of the pistol on the sights, you're looking at the wrong thing. So I like a little wider Novak notch, means I get a little bit more light in poor conditions. And the sighting system for me actually has worked out to be what I think is one of the strong suits in the gun.
Yep. That's all you need, is a dot on the front sight post. I'm in agreement with that as well.
You know, and when Colt first brought the pistol out and they talked about the Iobond finish, to be honest with you, I didn't know much about it.
Yeah.
I'd heard of it, and I was somewhat skeptical. And this pistol of mine is a 9mm. I've had it now since about the first year. I carry it in a Kydex holster. And you know, normally Kydex holsters wear the finish off the pistols real fast. Well, if you look at this gun, it's probably been in and out of this holster thousands of times. This gun's probably got in the tune of about 10,000 rounds through it right now, because I reload, so I kind of keep count on based on how many primers I go through. And if you'll notice, the finish looks new. The truth of the matter is, instead of the finish wearing off on the Kydex holster, the Kydex holster actually wears off on the finish. So pretty impressive stuff. Cool guns. And the best part about it is, these guns for the money, if you bought a new Colt say 1911 pistol and sent it off to gunsmith and had it accurized, match barrel,
Yep.
the Novak sights, you know, had a, normally these guns come with like a 4.5 to 5 pound trigger range and thereabouts, had a trigger job done, beaver tail grip safety, extended thumb safety, check ring, bevel mag well, and the Iobond finish.
Talking a couple
You couldn't
grand.
touch it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
for the price, these really are a heck of a bargain.
Yeah.